Hello and welcome to the Bilgecast podcast. It's not
Special.
rest. Yeah. Well, hello and welcome to this special edition of Bilgecast with me, Ollie Johnson, Sam Congrave, and Ian Burrows. How you doing, guys?
I'm
Yeah, I'm doing
fine.
good.
I
Right.
must apologise to our viewers that I won't be around for long, as I've got to actually go out and get something to eat for tonight. So I'll stay and do what I can.
Okay. Well, E3 was a thing that happened, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Yeah. So, what happened at E3?
Well, we actually got more footage of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Oh, we have commenters. Niffy Official says Naughty Squad. Nice. And Citrine is here, says hello there. Hello there. You are a bold one. E3
So yeah,
happened. It certainly did.
Final Fantasy VII was announced, and obviously, well, they showed a bit more footage. It was. I saw that most people's reaction was varied. I saw Jim did his thing, which I don't agree with everything Jim said about the
Yeah.
thing. To be
Did you
honest,
watch the actual press conference?
I
Sorry,
only
the
managed to watch. I only really managed to watch snippets between Nicole
because
crying.
there were these two really obnoxious like people in the crowd at the front cheering every minor little thing. Yeah. But E3 happened. Whoa, I'm sitting here playing Pokemon Quest. Awesome. I've got to pick up that Nuzlocke run again. I didn't watch E3. I don't have the patience. Right, well, let's run through quickly all of the press conference announcements. Microsoft, Cyberpunk 2077, or Keanu Reeves the game, which is the only reason I'm slightly interested.
Mhm.
Yeah. The Outer Worlds trailer reveals October release date. Dying Light 2. Cool. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order story trailer shows off brand new footage. Yeah, there was the Star Wars game. From Software is teaming up with George R.R. Martin to make a game. That's the Dark Souls people, for those unaware. And
Where they'll murder everything.
that's just the most natural partnership I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
At least he's written
Oh yeah.
something. No, it's his life. He can do what he wants. Minecraft Dungeons is a blocky take on Diablo, coming to PS4 in 2020. Double Fine acquired by Microsoft, but Psychonauts 2 still coming to PS4. And that,
Battletoads.
yep, that is something I want to talk about. Microsoft's new Xbox console, Project Scarlet, will eat monsters for breakfast, apparently. That's what this headline
Well,
says.
well, you'll eat a monster and then it will die after 5 minutes, probably knowing them.
Yeah. Tales
They
of
have. They
Arise.
have just. I mean, they have just wasted a load of money making a console, making a upgraded version of the Xbox One that nobody fucking wanted because it doesn't have a disk drive.
Yeah. Oh, Niffy official message. Uh, Wake up, samurai. We got a city to burn. Message retracted. I like toads. They are cool. Right. Um, Tales of Arise. It does actually look quite good. Looks like a real step forward to the series. Launches on PS4 in 2020. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot brings the life of Goku to PS4 in early 2020. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga brings all 9 episodes together on PS4. Spiritfarer is a magical management sim about transporting the dead. Sounds interesting. Okay, Square Enix. Final Fantasy VII Remake's first game.
Oh, you missed one.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. The Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, yes. Square.
Oh, the flight simulator I remember was that Easter egg in Microsoft Excel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake's first game takes place in Midgar alone. That's just the intro of the game proper. So, like,
Yeah,
if
that's the. I mean, granted, you've got to remember that they promised that what they did promise earlier on was that they promised to put more emphasis on the earlier parts of the game because it does just rush by with Avalanche when you really think about it. You don't really get to know Big Squedge and Jesse
it
that
does,
much.
and well,
They're giving you a bit. They're giving you a bit more. They've also seemed to have given Air a few more. Obviously, done the fight scenes differently. I've seen people upset that the ATB system isn't in, and to be
it
honest,
was
I can
never
understand.
gonna be.
It was, and the whole "why are we making this?" I saw that Jim made the question of, I just don't know why we're even making this game now. And my response was, the sad answer was, maybe because every single time Square Enix made anything Final Fantasy based at all, our response is, when are you going to remake 7? You've got
Yeah,
it would
that'll be
it's
why.
guaranteed to give you. Yeah. Maybe it's because we asked for it for years and years and years, and now we're finally actually getting it.
Yeah.
So, we don't really have the right to ask, okay, why is it being made now?
Nifty Official
That's
says,
like asking. That's like asking.
Dragon Ball
That's like
Heroes is
asking.
amazing. I haven't played the game. I've seen a bit of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes show.
We have to talk about the bane of Ian's life, which will be Final Fantasy VIII HD remastered.
Yeah. Incredible Final Fantasy VII Remake gameplay saves E3. 8 Remastered comes to PS4 this year. Marvel's Avengers finally unveiled with flashy CG trailer. I've got a few things to say about that. Sony partners with Avengers beta and bonuses coming first to PS4. Dragon Quest Builders 2 gets an incredibly jolly gameplay trailer. Dying Light 2 escapes the undead in the gameplay trailer. Oh, it said Dying Light 2. Outriders is the next game from the Bulletstorm developer coming 2020. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is getting a remaster on PS4 this winter. Romancing Saga comes to PS4 and PS Vita. Oh, they're still making games for the Vita. Well, good. It's a wonderful
Well, how about
platform.
Romancing Saga sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Ominous action RPG Uninaki releases it on PS4 in August.
Also, Ollie, I think I should also throw out one of the things that got me really happy with E3. Well, one of the only things that made me happy with E3: Persona 5 Royale.
Yeah.
I am very happy with that, and it has recently had bits translated to explain a few more bits of what's been happening. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Finally, Circuit Superstars is a Micro Machine style racing game from the Square Enix collective. Oh, I'm reading these from pushsquare.com for the roundup of all the E3 announcements, and that comes to the end of Square Enix. The rest is Ubisoft, Bethesda, and EA. We'll get to them, but for now, Sam, what are your thoughts? Now go into detail.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII's thing, honestly, you've got to remember, it's been over 20 years since the game's been made, and it's fine to implement new ideas. Honestly, I like that when we talked about it, your issue with Tifa was that she was too skinny, and my observation was, why is she wearing stockings now?
Yeah, but
that doesn't bother me.
Doesn't impact her ability to punch things.
It's just like, but it's when those small things when you're like, that's neat. I mean, it wasn't really anything that bothered me. Hell, I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh, Niffy Official says, I hate the new Marvel game. Like, what the fuck happened to Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America? Which new Marvel game are you talking about? The Avengers one or Marvel Ultimate Alliance
the one where
3
they
on
look,
the Switch?
Which one? Yeah, which one? The one where they look like PS2 characters, or
the one where they actually look like the movie versions? Sorry, Sam, you were saying.
Basically, I loved the Final Fantasy. Well, I saw the 7 trailer. I thought it was interesting, and if it's true what I've heard, and it's going to be released in parts. Apparently, from what I've heard in rumors, that Yuffie and Vincent are now going to be mandatory, though. I'm not looking forward to that. But it's going to be one of those, they will appear in the story, but you can avoid them for a certain point if you want. But they will join your party anyway. But I am actually oddly looking forward to seeing more of Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse and actually getting to know them a bit more, because the only reference they got in later games was that because once they're dead, the problem with the original was that they're just kind of forgotten and only mentioned in passing.
You realise that Biggs and Wedge are just reference characters?
I know they are, and then they are in most Final Fantasy games anyway. The 8 trailer I was actually happy for, mainly because Square had gone out of their way to say they couldn't remake it because it would mean they'd have to put too much work into it, and they didn't want to.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I'm glad that they're making it in some way.
I'm glad that Final Fantasy VIII is getting this win. It gets shafted so often.
Yeah, and as for Persona 5 Royal, speaking as the Persona guy here, apparently by proxy of being the only one who's played most of them, I can honestly say that Royal Atlas it's not a simple DLC add-on. That's kind of the way. That's the thing. They have this tendency of just remaking their games full on when they upgrade them.
Yeah. Oh, is it the one where they look garbage? Is that
Yeah.
Marvel
I
Ultimate
mean,
Alliance then? Gosh, I got.
uh,
Don't worry
I
about it, man. Don't
do
worry.
have to say this. I know that we've talked about this before, but I know they're making a load of Switch ports. You mentioned to me, and you were telling me I had to get a Switch for them, and I honestly
Well,
have to say this:
I'm.
when it comes,
I didn't say. I said that a Switch is like definitely worth getting.
well, the problem with ports and the Switch is that it's a very big crapshoot, as it tends not to do them very well.
Yes, the Saints Row the Third port was abysmal. I've got to.
The Final Fantasy X port is an absolute fucking mess. The Resident Evil games completely ported on there. They've got the most inferior version of 4, and let's face it, everything after the GameCube version was just an upgraded version. But they finally made a version that may just be only slightly better than the iOS version. But generally, I don't have. If it's a high-profile game like The Witcher or something, I don't have faith in it working on the Switch at
I'll
all.
be watching that with great interest. I don't think I'm going to
It's just,
buy it.
they don't have. It's just they don't have. The Switch does not have a very good track record when it comes to ports of games from other consoles. So I'll be watching it. I'll be watching, and if it actually
Hashtag
works,
Switch Squad. Yes, Switch is best. It is actually my favourite console at the moment. I play it a lot.
I mean, I'll be watching it with bated breath. But if it
Yeah.
does well, then well done. If it doesn't, then too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
The major disappointment for me is we didn't, mainly on Nintendo's side, is that there was no update on Shin Megami Tensei 5. I mean, we got a trailer last year for it, and there's still been no update. So, yay, we're going to be feuding the yay Persona killed Shin Megami Tensei thing going on again.
They're the same
Which
thing.
they're not the same thing. That's the annoying part.
Smash Bros is fun. I just unlocked all the characters for Smash Ultimate. There's a lot of them.
See you coming.
Oh, I downloaded Joker as well. That's Persona 5 Joker, not the Joker.
But you haven't
Yeah.
got Banjo-Kazooie yet.
Yeah, no, they were announced at E3, and I'm very excited for them.
Hopefully,
Other than that, I honestly wasn't able to pay a lot of attention to E3, mainly due to, again, preparing for my daughter's birthday. I mainly caught snippets of what was going on, but I did watch the Final Fantasy VII trailer. I did watch 8's comparison trailer of the original version and this version.
Yeah, those visuals look pretty good.
It is a good upgrade. I mean, there's going to be no upgrade to Squall's personality, but at least in certain scenes, it won't look like both his eyes are one big pixel.
Yeah. I lost my 3DS like 4 years ago. I missed Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. Ah, damn. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I've got
Sad
my
life.
2DS. I've got my 2DS, and I've still got to dig that out because I want to play Persona Q2 because that just came out a couple of weeks ago, and I want to play Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redux, and maybe Pokemon. I did see there was some thing with Pokemon. Apparently, people are pissed about something to do with the fact with the new game on the Switch is gonna have the first generation Pokemon, but none of the others. I don't know. I'm hearing things like that the Switch version is literally just going to have the newer Pokemon and the Pokemon from Gen 1, but none from Gen 2 onwards.
Right.
I'm hearing this, and I'm like, oh, well.
Wait, is that Sword and Shield?
Yeah. I think. I mean, the thing is, I'm going to end up. I do plan to get a Switch at some point. It's just at the moment, it's hard to get a new to really save up for a new console at the moment because, again, baby and everything. But my intention is to get a Switch mainly for Fire Emblem Heroes at one point. Well, the Fire Emblem Warriors thing.
Yeah. Sorry,
And honestly, the only other thing I saw at E3 was a thing for Gears of War, but that was about it. And I've already talked about that in detail, and I'm not adding to the drama.
Yeah.
Although I did hear that when it came to Bethesda, they just didn't seem to get it at all.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
they didn't. They
On.
don't. They didn't seem to understand why their flagship thing, their Fallout 76 thing, is basically a
Oh,
failure.
Fallout 76 had a free trial for a week. We could have got it and played it.
Yeah, but I don't want to put that on my PS4.
I'm not buying it. Fallout 76 is actually getting non-playable characters and dialogue choices. What, you mean two of the most defining characters of a Bethesda game are now going to be in Fallout 76 because they weren't in it? Fallout 76 is getting a 52-player Battle Royale mode. There are 52 players? Do 52 people still play that game?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ollie, but literally then that is, I know that's not much information, but that is literally all I have on E3 in general. I avoid E3 mainly due to the fact I don't want to set myself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
And I'll pay attention to the stuff that does actually interest me. So I was interested in the Square Enix one. Obviously, won me over in the Persona 5 Royal. I'll just say this for some people:
Oh,
the addition,
dude says,
the,
I'm still a kid. When I lost my 3DS, it was all I had at the time, and 4 years ago, I was gullible and stupid. Ah, damn. Hashtag bring back National Dex. No, it's not only Gen 1, it's different Pokemon from every generation. So it's some Pokemon from every gen, I take it. I'm fine with it. I
oh,
don't understand why people are so pissed.
well,
Well, the thing about that is, you've, it's there are people who are really passionate about collecting all the Pokemon, and they're not going to be able to bring over all of their collection for that game, and that's kind of annoying. However, I expect they will. I expect the
they'll
reason for.
update it.
Yeah,
They'll
I
update
suspect the
it
reason for this is they haven't got an
the
HD
time
model
for
for
everyone.
all 800 odd Pokemon, and
That is
they
a lot of them.
yeah, they'll probably update it. Like I'm sure they will. They'll.
Or Pokemon Go plays a factor into it.
I wouldn't think so. They're very different games for different audiences.
Well, I will. Well, I will say this on Persona 5. I like the addition of the new area they're adding. I like that they're adding some of the new stuff to make combat a little bit, well, improve on the combat. The character actually feels natural to the story from the looks of it. Though I'm curious to see what else they'll add, because they don't generally add one or two things to an upgraded Atlas game. They tend to like upgrade it up the ass.
Austin
Usually with
John
new
Plays
social.
made a vid about 365 Pokemon that are almost confirmed to be in the game. If they added all, it would be over 1,000. The director said it. Cool. Yeah, I was wondering if it was 1,000 yet. Apparently so.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry to cut it loose, but I'm gonna have to go now just so I can get my dinner.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't stay that long.
Yeah, it's alright, dude.
But thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks for coming. Just
And
before you go, you have
you
anything to plug?
know,
Where can they find you? Well,
well,
they can.
you can find me on Murasaki's Pit, where the next thing I'll be doing is some WWE 2K19. I'll be doing a women's tournament,
Nice.
and I don't know when I'll be doing that, but it'll probably be tomorrow if anyone's available.
Okay.
And I'll see you both soon.
See you
Have fun.
soon. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah. So, Ian, what are your thoughts on E3 so far? I'm gonna go sub. Thanks very much.
Okay. I mean, there was a lot of great reveals. I mean, particularly Final Fantasy VII, of course.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
edge of my seat with that. I hope they don't fuck it up.
and,
I'm really concerned because I don't want to. I almost don't want to use the word. I sub to Morizaki's bit. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. I don't want to. I almost don't want to use the word, but Final Fantasy VII was a very deep game thematically. It had a lot of. It was steeped in anti-corporatist themes, and
Yeah.
I worry, as Jim Sterling does. I'm basically quoting him here, that latter-day Square Enix are just going to do the shallowest reading of that possible and just make it about this epic rivalry between Cloud and Sephiroth, which they never really had in the original game. Like,
Yeah.
Sephiroth barely knew who he was.
Yeah.
Ollie, you deserve a lot more subs. Oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I have concerns, but it seems like if the first game is just Midgar, and they were asked how many games they were going to be, and the answer they gave, which was refreshingly honest, was basically, we really don't know at this point. And, you know, I'm fine with that answer, because,
Yeah.
you know, it's honest, and it shows that they are not committing themselves to goals they may not be able to fulfill. So,
Yeah.
which is cool. But yeah, the footage has enthused me. I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Especially if the whole first game is just the intro of Midgar, that's a lot of opportunities to flesh things out, to explore those themes I was talking about. Yeah. So anything you liked in particular?
Oh, I like the overall look of it, which is great.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It does, yeah. Especially the beginning scene where you know that iconic scene where we first see Aerith.
Yeah. And that's real iconic, not Ubisoft iconic, to quote Jim Sterling.
Yeah. 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 Oh, so the whole game just it's like it's just so the first part is just the Midgar bit.
Yeah, they're making it an episodic series, and the entire first game is just Midgar,
Right.
which is the intro of the original.
Yeah, of course.
Before you get to the world map.
Yeah, so it ends with so it just ends with them leaving Midgar.
Yeah, I would expect so. After the motorbike chase,
Yeah.
away from the Shinra building. Spoiler alert! It's a 20-year-old game.
Yeah, no spoilers. Don't worry.
It's a 20-year-old game. If you haven't played it yet,
Then where have you been?
yeah.
Yeah. So, and I've done a little bit of research into it, you know, just to, you know, and stuff. Also, I've been looking at like the voice actors as well.
Oh yeah. Anyone? I've not actually looked into that. Anyone jump out at you?
Yeah, two in particular.
Yeah.
There's Brianna White who voices Aerith.
Cool.
Yeah, she's of course she's an actress, but she's also a YouTuber.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and of course there's the woman who voices Tifa,
Yeah.
who I know as Scab from the TV show Glow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. It's on my list.
Okay.
I will get to it. I promise.
Yeah. Just how big is that list?
It is quite sizable, if I'm to be honest. I'm 3 seasons behind on Better Call Saul, and I haven't seen any of the Marvel shows since The Defenders on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so I was quite surprised that they changed all the actors for the characters we know.
Yeah. I mean,
but
hasn't Steve Bloom always voiced Cloud?
No, Steve Blum was Vincent.
Oh god, of course he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Steve Burton who was Cloud.
Yeah. Steve Burton was Cloud. I was mixing up my Steves.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I can understand why they changed the character. You know, because you got to have a fresh start.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although, when Sephiroth first appeared in that trailer, I thought they brought back George Newbern.
Had they not?
No, it's a new guy. I've forgotten his name, but he does sound like him.
Oh.
So, so yeah, it was like, okay, so you still got dark, intimidating guy voice. Cool.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, we're both very enthusiastic for the Final Fantasy VII
Oh,
remake.
yes, yeah. I'm just hoping it doesn't fail. You know.
Yeah. Concerned though I am that it is latter-day Square Enix that is making
Yeah.
it, I am cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, and I do worry about the gold saucer as well.
Yeah, and one of the best, like, thematic resonances in the original game is in order to get to the gold saucer, which is
Mm,
essentially the Disneyland of this world,
yeah,
the happiest place on earth where all rich people can come and have fun. But in order to get there, you've got to go through Corel, which is such a destitute town. Like,
yeah,
and the contrast there is just amazing.
yeah, and Barrett's getting all that shit.
Yeah,
Mm,
but you know, if Final Fantasy VII was released today, there would probably be a parade of "leave your politics out of my video games" people, because like they don't remember this because they were younger when it came out. But
mm,
Final Fantasy VII was very overtly political.
yeah,
And it wasn't subtle about the like dangers of capitalism, corporatism sort of themes.
yeah. And it was also environmental as well.
Yeah, and it wasn't subtle about it.
No, it
Yeah,
was like I don't know. It was like watching Sonic Sat AM.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah. So like I could go on about this all day, but
mm.
yeah. I think we should probably let. What else happened at E3 again? Well, we've gone over Bethesda. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Did you see the gameplay demo for that?
No, I didn't catch that one.
Looks alright. It looks
All
kind
right,
of like an Uncharted style Star Wars game with a lightsaber. You know, I'm there for that.
all right.
Looks cool.
I mean, does has it revealed like the plot or?
Not much of it.
Oh,
You're a surviving. You're a Jedi who survived the Purge.
hmm,
That's about all we know.
yeah. So because I'm just kind of wondering, is it anything like Knights of the Old Republic?
Um, it doesn't really look like that now. It looks more like The Force Unleashed,
Uh
crossed
huh.
with Uncharted.
Okay.
Dom Gamer Criticus Imas says hi. Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Eh,
I mean, I would love to see another Knights of the Old Republic.
so would I. So would I.
I
Apparently,
miss.
there's a Knights of the Old Republic movie coming out,
Uh,
or something to do with the Old Republic. I don't
yeah, I miss going to the dark side.
know. Yeah. I've
I
never,
mean,
to this day, I've never played KOTOR, and I can now. So that's
yeah,
something we should stream, I reckon.
yeah. I especially liked it during Knights of the Old Republic too. Every time you do something evil and you earn dark side points, all this big dramatic music plays.
Hmm, cool.
And when
Uh,
you check on your character, when I checked on my character, everything was like the background was like bright red, and there's smoke covering his feet, and he's gone pale, and his eyes have gone like gold color.
yeah, that Sith glow to the eyes.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Ah, let's see. What? Like, where's the run sheet? So Cyberpunk 2077. It has Keanu Reeves in it.
I know that was a huge
Now,
surprise.
that by CD Projekt Red, I'm quoting Podquisition here, was a great move because games have tried enlisting celebrities to sell them a lot, and it very rarely works.
Mm.
And I think the thing that they've done here is that they've picked one of the few celebrities that, well, video game fans everywhere are going to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they picked the right celebrity to try it with. Besides,
Yeah.
who doesn't love Keanu?
I know, he's like the nicest guy in Hollywood.
I know. Like, I mean, he plays John Wick, but in real life, he's more like the dog. If
Yeah.
that makes sense, he's just like
Yeah.
he's such a good guy.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like he hung out for a day with a homeless person.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't trying to get anything out of it. He just sat down next to him and spent the day with him. It's like, "Are you all right?" and all that, and just had a conversation with him. It was being really nice.
Oh, Keanu, you are an
Yeah.
example to us all.
Yeah. I take back everything I said about him during his time in the Matrix.
The Matrix 2 and 3 weren't as good as the first one. There's no getting away from that. But Keanu Reeves, man.
I know.
Yeah.
And when I discovered that he was this really sweet guy, I'm like, oh my god, I feel so terrible.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. What is that? Right. Ubisoft. Watch Dogs Legion set in post-Brexit Britain, and yet they insist it's not political, because that they do that. They're cowards. They insist they make overtly political games and then insist that there's no politics, because they don't want the keep your politics out of our games crowd getting upset.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Watch Dogs Legion is set in post-Brexit Britain, which is an authoritarian dystopia. How much more political can you get?
Oh my god, is Boris Johnson in power?
Possibly, I don't know.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, perish the thought. And well, EA have revealed like The Sims 4, Madden, FIFA, Battlefield 5, Apex Legends, all that stuff. Bethesda were Bethesda.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. I feel so awful about what has become of Bethesda, which used to be one of my favourite companies.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, I think it's too bad that their facial expressions never improved.
Yeah. Well, they got too cocky and started resting on their laurels after Skyrim. Like, look how many times they've re-released that.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good game, don't get me wrong, but they totally milk the crap out of that.
Yeah. So,
Let's see. Well, Sega's been busy.
yeah, Borderlands 2 is getting free DLC in the lead up to Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Oh, yeah, on Sega, there's a Panzer Dragoon remake.
Ah, yes, I remember seeing about that.
Yeah. Fantasy Star Online 2.
Interesting.
And the Sega Genesis mini console as well.
Yeah.
But we don't care about that.
Yeah, these mini consoles, they have yet to wow me. So let's go on to Nintendo, shall we?
Oh, right, Nintendo.
I think Nintendo won E3, like, personally. I mean, Square Enix had Final Fantasy VII and it was great, but that was really the only thing I remember, whereas, like, Nintendo, so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, first let's get the ports out of the way. We are getting The Witcher 3 Complete Edition ported to the Switch, among many others. But that was the big one. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020.
I knew that was going to happen. That's why I made all that build-up in Sonic the Jerk.
Yeah. Astral Chain That's a
Yeah.
new title. No More Heroes 3.
Ooh.
I'm not. I've never played No More Heroes, but I'm given to understand it's a big deal.
Apparently, it's a comedy game where you play like an otaku.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Dragon
and
Quest XI: Echoes of an Elusive Age, the definitive edition. I've never played a Dragon Quest, but what I saw of that at E3 made me want to give it a go. Yeah. There was also a Come on, what? Oh, I'm losing the name. Um, there's some old games that they're releasing another one. Not Tales of Mana. Trials of Mana, I think, was it?
yeah, it's like the Mana games. Yeah.
The Mana games have been re-released. They're out now, and
Yeah.
the later one looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let's
of course,
see.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That
Yeah.
looks like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. It's exclusive to the Switch. I don't mind. I'm probably gonna get it.
Hmm. Let's see.
Of course, they have announced Banjo Kazooie for Smash. Yay.
Yeah.
Did they announce anyone else for Smash? Oh yeah, the cast of Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Now, I really want to play Dragon Quest because it looks to me like an old school style JRPG, but with Akira Toriyama doing the artwork.
Yeah, they are good games.
Yeah, I really want to try them, but for some reason I never have. I
Well,
never have.
well, the very first one I played was Dragon Quest VIII,
Yeah.
and that came out for the PlayStation 2. But then years later they re-released it for the 3DS.
Ah.
Yeah. Apparently, the very best one is Dragon Quest V.
I'll keep that in mind. Also, Pokemon
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, obviously.
Hmm. Oh, of course, yeah. The Scottish Pokemon trainer.
Yeah. I love the discrepancy between, official and fan depictions of her. Because the official depiction is like an Uwu Merida of, I'm just here to say things like haggis and be cute. Whereas the fan depiction of her is that of a hardcore Scottish lout.
Yeah.
Where she's gonna headbutt Ash in the face and, like, bottle him
Hmm. Yeah, I was.
when he beats a Pokemon. Have it, you
Yeah.
bastard!
Yeah. What are you staring at, you wee posh cunt?
Get to fuck you! Get to fuck with you!
Yeah.
I
I
can't
saw.
wait.
Yeah, I saw the. Yeah, I actually saw the trailer of that, and oh my god, it's like, yes, this is definitely England,
Yeah.
and because apparently the final like the Pokemon Stadium place, it kind of looks like Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Luigi's Mansion 3, though, did you see that?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah,
Yeah, looks good, doesn't it?
it does. Yeah, I mean, I've only played like the first game.
I played it for a bit. I didn't get that far into it because I'd only rented it. And
Yeah, I mean, I've recently like bought it for the 3DS.
yeah,
I've got every single ghost now, apart from the final boss.
ah,
Yeah. So
oh,
yeah,
so yeah,
got to get back to that. So, yeah.
yeah. I'm looking forward to Luigi's Mansion 3, Super
Yeah.
Mario Maker 2. I never played the
Mm.
first one. I love it. I love the concept. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's great. The remake of Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It looks so good.
It does. Yeah. Oh, I played. Oh man, I played that a while back when I was a kid.
I
On
never
the
got it. I never got the chance to play it. Although I have played A Link Between Worlds, which
Hmm.
I'm given to understand is similar.
Yeah. Well, Link's Away. Oh man, Link's Away. I played that for on the original Game Boy. It was that long ago,
Yeah.
and I remember like the little secrets in it as well. Like you can steal stuff from the shop. You can steal stuff from the shop, and then your name changes to Thief.
Yeah.
And there's one point where this girl follows you around, and if you attack a chicken, she keeps saying "poor chicken," but if you keep doing it, she eventually says "kill the chicken, do it some more."
Oh God.
Yeah, little Easter eggs like that.
Yeah. Oh,
I wonder if they bring those back. I don't know.
I'm sure they will. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, Nintendo are pretty good for this. Fire
yeah,
Emblem Three Houses. Like, that's one of the reasons I keep saying to Sam, you should get a Switch. There will be something he wants to play on it.
yeah. I did look into that one, and it's a very interesting concept because it's set in an academy, and you play a teacher in it, and
Right.
the three and the, like and it's like three of the characters are your students, and they're like the heads of these like three like they're like future rulers of these three countries,
Yeah.
something like that. And so basically, from what I can gather, it's basically Hogwarts for heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Sounds
sounds
great.
interesting enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer.
I've never played Breath of the Wild.
I have, and I've lost a lot of time to it. It's very good. I
Oh,
rebought it for the Switch with the intention of streaming it, but I haven't really got around to doing that. But we'll get
mm,
around to that, so you'll be able to see what Breath of the Wild is like.
cool. And from what I can gather about this new one, is that um, Zelda is a playable character too.
It's looking like she might be, yeah. Like, there are
Yeah.
those that are speculating in that trailer that Link's just gonna, like, bite the bullet at the beginning and be killed off. I doubt that's gonna happen, but
No,
it's an interesting thought.
they
Like,
wouldn't do that to Link.
yeah, apropos of nothing, I will just mention I am more annoyed than it is reasonable to be that Link seems to be canonically right-handed now.
Mm,
Yeah, because as a little left-handed lad playing Ocarina of Time, I liked that Link held a sword in the same hand that I would,
yeah,
and you know, and I've always thought of Link as left-handed, and playing as him in Smash now when he's right-handed, or in Breath of the Wild he's right-handed, it looks off to me,
yeah,
and it bothers me. At least give us the option to make Link a lefty, you cowards.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Animal
You,
Crossing New Horizons.
oh man,
Now,
another time. It's Animal Crossing, the ultimate time waster.
I've never played one, but I'm gonna get this one, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
Nintendo has just lost a lot of stock value from its shares in the stock
Mm,
market, $1 billion
yeah.
worth apparently, because they announced a delay in Animal Crossing.
Mm,
And the reason they announced this delay is because they wanted their employees to maintain a good work-life balance.
yeah.
Now, in the AAA game industry, where there are companies abusing their workforce with 100-hour work weeks, I want to
Mm,
support the decision to not do that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think everyone should. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you were planning on getting the game, but I'm gonna.
Well, just so you know, that Animal Crossing is like a real time game, so you have to like devote all part of your life to it.
Yeah, yeah, I know the type.
Yeah.
I'll get it digital, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at it right now. Yeah, and all right, the plus is you're on an island this time.
Yeah.
and it's like the setup for the game, as revealed by the trailer, is that Tom Nook is now charting vacation packages to a deserted island, which you, as the villager, must explore and cultivate into a thriving community.
Yeah.
And and oh my goodness, yes, Tom Nook is back. Oh my god.
I wonder if Rossetti the Mole will be back. I do
Oh,
know
I
of
hope
him.
so.
Yeah.
Hope so. He's funny.
Hey, motherfucker! What did I tell you about Rossetti?
Yeah. You know, every time he pops up and is his little speech bubble appears, I always imagine Danny DeVito talking.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah,
Okay, so we got Dragon Quest Builders 2.
yeah. That's like Minecraft, except with better graphics.
Cool. Demon X Machina. Struck yourself into a fully customizable arsenal and prepare for explosive all guns blading mech action in Demon X Machina.
Mm,
That sounds intriguing.
yeah.
I don't really know much about any of it to talk.
Mm.
Astral Chain. Now, I remember that looking good. I don't remember why. uh,
Resident Evil 5 and 6.
for some reason. And
Yeah.
Resident Evil 0 for more reason.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Ports, all good. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Yeah.
Looks interesting.
Mm.
Wolfenstein Youngblood is a co-op shooter. It
Mm.
looks like. And I think that's all for Nintendo. Other
Yeah,
than
that's it.
Yeah, I think that's everything. So, thoughts in general? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no, I tell you what, E3 has one more thing. They
Oh.
showed a bunch of gameplay for Shenmue 3.
Oh, cool.
And it's incredibly Shenmue. The
Oh.
voice acting sounds the same.
Mm.
For better, well, they didn't compress the lines until they were barely audible this time. But the voice acting is as hokey as ever, for better and worse. Personally,
Yeah.
I love that, but I hope it doesn't damage the game. There's a lot of unfortunate decisions surrounding the campaign of the
Mm.
of raising money for the game. I think EastNet is being a bit reckless.
Yeah.
For instance, Shenmue 3 is a Epic Store exclusive on PC now. Not an issue for me. I'm getting it on console, but
Mm.
that's going to piss a lot of people off. And
Yeah.
with a game that I've been holding out hope for as long as Shenmue 3, I really don't want anything to get in the way of the story being finished, which it won't be in the third one because I asked and they told me specifically.
Mm.
But I just hope that these decisions don't bite them in the ass.
Mm.
Because I expect to love the game.
Mm.
Even if I'm the only one who does.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. So, general thoughts on E3?
Well, as I said, there's quite a lot of great reveals,
Yeah.
and
I think Nintendo won, don't you?
oh, definitely, yeah, they've got this. They've definitely got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, a lot of great reveals, and some of those trailers look pretty promising.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, well, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say, really, on the subject. I mean, just so much to take in.
Yeah. Oh, so, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, obviously, Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
and other stuff I'm looking forward to. I'm interested in that Cyberpunk 2077.
It does look interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
Keanu.
yeah. I mean, I was actually pretty interested in the game before Keanu Reeves was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
didn't know about it before Keanu Reeves was announced, if I'm going to be honest.
yeah. Well, it looked pretty good because I mean, dark cyberpunk future, I'm in, but then Keanu Reeves is just a bonus.
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, and let's see. Well, I've already like pre-ordered the new Pokemon.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I do plan to.
Yeah, and I mean, and Luigi's Mansion 3 looks pretty cool, and but I have to finish the first game and probably get through the second game. You know.
Yeah. Um. I'm hyped for the Link's Awakening remake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is going to be fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I think that's all. So I think we're basically done.
we're
Right.
good.
So, Ian, where can the internet find you?
Well, they can find me at Within the Grey Walls, where I'll be doing a bunch of stuff like playing some old Sega games, some old Capcom games, and of course there's the Spider-Man DLC and the wrestling shows. But I'm looking into some other stuff as well, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Cool. You can find me at Ollie Johnson in all of the places. Twitch, YouTube, and Blogspot, anywhere else. And I will be doing whatever I feel like doing at the time. Thanks for joining us. This was a good podcast, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll see you soon. I'm thinking of an Arrowverse sort of special within the next week or so.
oh wow.
So, yeah, we will see you then. If not before, we will see you on Friday for the next edition of the Wrestling Podcast.
If anything picks up.
Yeah. If anything picks up. And we
Yeah.
will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.